IVM.
Nani Palkhiwala once said that for a democracy to succeed, each citizen must be a vanguard against theirs and the state's rights. I don't know where and how I learned that, but I know that and it's in my head. The only way I can make justice to that fact is by listening to stuff like The Seen and The Unseen with Amit Verma. Amit likes to take down public policy and break it down so that I can understand what's going on in my country better. Check them out every week on the IVM podcast app.
Stories, we've got stories. They're a little bit of funny and a little bit of December. You wanna hear them? It's got humans. They're sitting in a box and talking bold at Varta Lab.
It's time for season 2 of Varta
Lab, Varta Lab is back in. It's all night long.
Hi, Jaanam.
Hi.
Sorry.
I was about to take out my earphones for a bit, but yeah, good.
Don't
that
do
was
that.
great.
Don't do that. That's the wrong thing to do at the Varta Lab episode recording, or any recording for that matter, or a helicopter. Okay, so we are back with season 2. Season 2, it's of Varta Lab. So few things have changed.
Very few.
Very few.
Not too much.
It's still Navin. It's still me.
Yes.
Jaanam is who joined us as our producer in the second half of this first season.
It's still Jaanam.
It's still Jaanam.
Second half, or was it like last few episodes maybe? I think major chunk of Varta Lab was still produced by
Whatever responsibility you want to take, you can take.
Take it.
I'll take it for the last few episodes.
And also it's still Dre.
It's still Dre.
Don't
It's still
forget
Dre. Beep word.
Yeah.
AK beep word. Sorry, we got derailed. Anyway, but yes, it's been a while and we are back. And I just wanted to talk about Varta Lab before we get into season 2. So this is just a general episode telling you about the podcast, telling you about last season, telling you about the next season, and telling you about things that you don't necessarily need to know.
All in form of stories.
All in forms of stories. Once upon a time.
But things you should want to know.
You should want to. I think a lot of things are things you should want to know, but you don't want to know. Because like you're afraid of the truth.
Yup.
Yeah, I think that's...
That pen of yours is annoying everybody right now.
Is it? It's such a nice pen though.
I know it's a gift from Balraj.
It is a gift from
Who
Balraj.
was on season 1 of Varta Lab.
Was on season 1 of one of the better episodes, one of the best episodes of season
Let it
1.
be known, yes.
Let it be known.
And Balraj is such a kind person. He gave everybody who performs or works with Habitat a nice little
Pen and a notebook.
pen notebook and a gratitude letter.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, I actually carry the notebook on stage now whenever I go as part of the
it's
new
nice.
special.
But
Sorry.
the pen just keeps rolling everywhere. It doesn't stay.
Yeah, that is a problem. So I usually keep it up, like I prop it up on one side, which is something most pens can't. Actually, when I first got this pen,
It looked like a joint.
If you can see this on the camera, this pen doesn't look like. I thought that because of this roll and all inside, I thought there'll be a scroll inside. So I was trying to pull it open, and then it was a pen, and I was rather disappointed because I thought a scroll would be very badass.
Yeah, it looked like a joint holder though.
Yeah.
One of those cool ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I tried to blow into it.
It was very like organic, eco-friendly things.
मेरे को लगा पिपुड़ी है.
What is pipudi?
Pipudi is, like a
Flute?
Yeah,
A
flute.
Gujarati term for something that we all know about.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, things you don't need to know but should know anyway.
Yes. And we've all been hale and hearty. The reason that we stopped season 1 because Aakash and I were both traveling as comedians as well.
Yeah, and we were doing those important comedy things like putting out videos and going on tour and eating shit. And
I'm so glad though that break happened because I wouldn't have been able to produce that show.
yeah,
The
you
show
have
for-
been the busiest, I think, of all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I slept at 3:30 last night because I was working on edits.
For this other podcast that...
Yeah.
You know, Navin, I feel like I'm in a marriage where there is suddenly a third person.
I
Isn't
feel
that
that too all the time.
Aren't threesomes great, guys?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
No,
Okay.
firstly...
I have no experience, but sure.
A threesome would
you
involve
know.
a crossover, Jaanam, which is not going to happen because your other host is little preggers and not in the mood to discuss with anything
Quite
with anyone.
preggers.
And they'll, so she's not going to come on our podcast. All she's going to do is consume you until we have no other producer left.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, we also had another person join the team apart from
Jaanam.
Jaanam was like part of the team at the end of season 2. Shravan was part of the team at the end of season 1. Shravan was our sound guy / editor at the season 1. But now we have a new sound person. And we have, guys, give it up for Rahul Das.
Rahul Das, yes.
Rahul Das.
The most
Yeah.
Rahul Dasiest of all names.
Yeah, it's we have certain concerns with regards to Rahul Das
And his origins.
and his origins,
And
but
his motives.
Yeah, but you'll hear about it in season 2. I don't
Yes.
know if I should talk about them right up front, but Naxal. Anyway, so, but season 1 had its moments. Like it had some great moments. I
Yeah.
felt like there were a lot of episodes that I can still go back to and listen to despite being a part of them.
Exactly. Like I've produced like so many podcasts, like over 1,000 episodes over the past 2
Yeah.
years working at IVM across different genres. And mostly like because you listen to it as a producer twice on the edit table or thrice at least, you don't want to listen to it after it's released,
Yeah.
like, you know, unless there's a glitch or something.
Or unless you're on the episode.
Unless I'm on the episode. But like I was on so many episodes at one point that I just like lost track myself.
That's true.
You know? So, but like coming back to Varta Lab, it became like such a passion project for us because we were meeting people who we wanted to share stories
Yeah.
with. And in the process also get some kind of catharsis going, you know? Like for
Yeah.
every episode, we had some level of
Therapy.
therapy. Like for example, Balraj's episode, for example,
Absolutely.
his whole romantic approach to, you know, keeping it old school and proposing to
Yeah.
his wife, and I chill with them on a daily basis now. I
Yeah.
just know another aspect of their life, and also makes me believe in love once again, you know. And
Yeah, that's wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
or with Amit's episode at the end,
Yeah.
I think I got a lot of catharsis because my grandmom had just died and we got fucking dark.
I like how you're smiling at this moment.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm damn
nice
happy.
coping mechanism.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think we scarred Jaanam in the
For life.
process.
No, I've seen enough deaths in my life. I'm good. I
But
have
yeah,
my-
so I think every episode had some kind of katha. Like, you know, I still listen to my mom wala episode and I keep sending it to people whenever I want them to come as guests because I feel like if you listen to that episode,
It sets
then
a benchmark
Yeah, it
altogether.
sets a damn high benchmark for the two of us, weirdly, which
yeah, like because people who came to season 2 this time,
yeah.
they researched us and came to the show.
Yeah.
To know what's
wow.
up. Yeah, like when Muskan Sethi was a pro poker player
Yeah.
and one of the finest women in this country and doing more for women who are from different fields.
Yeah.
She basically was already fangirling when she came to the studio. And
Yeah, which was interesting because we
Interesting.
never had that happen.
yeah, and she was like all very well dressed up.
Yeah.
And we were just like in our chuds, as
Yeah.
usual. Just kicking it.
We are in our chuds a lot,
A lot,
I've realized.
yes.
But I think that's another thing that's changed with season 2. I feel like there are a lot more people who are like, I
A
could
lot
call
more
them
chuds.
a lot more non-friends. Like season
Yeah,
1 had a lot
yeah.
of friends who we were just catching up with.
Yeah, yeah.
Season 2 has been different in the sense that we called a lot of people who we knew through or we knew their work, like the guys from Control or Delete. That was great to have them down to just like, because this is a phenomenon that I've seen happening around me, and then I
Yeah.
never really, so many unanswered questions were answered.
And so
with
many
that.
people who work in the background to make so many things happen in this in the city and in this country, you know.
Yeah,
art-wise.
absolutely. We spoke to Dariba, which was very interesting because it was not only. I think that's the first government official.
Yeah,
We've had.
like we had to like go through emails and permissions as to what she could discuss because she
really?
works.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah,
works
yeah.
in excise.
I sat for that episode, so I remember what she said. But it was, I found it very interesting because before she came, I thought, oh, like she works in the government.
Yeah.
Like what is this boring episode? But man, she had some interesting stories to tell. Like I
Yeah.
never knew like somebody working at an airport, you know, for like custom.
Yeah, and such an
duties
interesting
and stuff.
personality also,
Yeah.
just to talk to. Like she has this very like nonchalant badassery
Yeah.
to her.
And all throughout, we made her husband sit in the corner.
Yeah, which was great.
Forgot he was even there
Yeah,
on
this
the
was
Yeah,
this
Adhirat
is the reverse. I don't know if you watched Breakfast with Champions, that cricket show.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in one episode now Rohit Sharma comes and his wife is sitting in the corner, and even though she's constantly spoken to, she's not mic'd.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So this was the complete opposite of that, where
Yeah,
we're like
yeah.
Adhirat tu chup bait.
But yeah, really cool insight as to like how people smuggle shit and they get caught.
Yeah.
And you know, and Dariba
And
holds-
generally growing up in India as somebody from the northeast.
yeah, and we had some great stories from how she faced racism.
Yeah.
I mean, like we found humor at the end of all of these stories because that's what we do,
Yeah.
and we cope with
Also, in retrospect, things are funnier.
that. Janam, you came in as I said like towards the end of season 1. Do you
Yeah.
have any favorite memories from then?
I honestly remember sitting on Sonali's episode and Amit's episode. I don't think I sat on many.
Sonali's was great. We had a
Yeah.
rap battle.
Yeah.
It wasn't a battle, but it was a rap.
Gujarati.
Yeah. I also like found Sonali's episode quite inspiring because there's just the whole solo traveling thing and
Yeah.
how like, you know, I feel like almost every urban woman aspires to travel solo, but the thought of it, like actually going there and going to a place you don't know anyone, where you don't know anyone, and you don't know what kind of situations you'll be faced with there.
Yeah.
So just that how she coped with like that whole. I remember this once incident where she said that what happened with her at the hotel, which you will find out on the episode.
Yeah.
I won't reveal it,
almost
but-
like kicked out and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, where she's eating food and all. Oh, that
yeah,
was
like the whole racism thing also there.
I mean,
man.
personally, I feel that episode is has only one highlight, which is the Gujarati rap. But I guess you can like other things also.
We also had Naman and Nidhi, who I've had the chance of working with since then as well.
Yeah.
Really cool people making some cool stuff at Vice. And since then, like, since the release of the documentary that they made on the Indian gully rap scene, I went for the
Launch.
actual screening of the movie at Godrej Culture Lab in
Oh,
Vikhroli.
sweet, huh?
And like there was an entire, like people were prepped to watch it, and like it was overflowing. Okay, like literally. And the beautiful thing about Dharavi as a community is that they all come for each other. They always got each other's backs. There's a lot of like conflict and everything like going on between them.
Yeah.
But when it's about one of them making it out, they really like support each other.
Yeah.
And that was beautifully seen there. And then like these boys, they did a small Q&A and like whatever happened. And like some people pointed out why there's no girl rappers as usual. Like that happened like in the heat of it. And Naman was really like tackling the battle, like how to bring out more women to like the rap scene as well. Because
Dhinchak Pooja.
yeah, not Dhinchak
She's
Pooja.
not a rapper.
There was a girl who showed up at the screening, I remember.
Yeah.
And
There are some girl rappers. Though.
yeah, very few though.
Yeah.
And then Sat Bantais came,
Oh, love those guys.
and Yoko was there.
Yoko is the guy,
Yoko
man.
big.
I think he
And-
got so many fans.
Yeah, I am a big fan.
I'm a
of
big
Yoko.
fan of Yoko now.
And
yeah.
so just got to see them live and shake their hands and everything. And Yoko asked me bathroom kidhar, and I was like, "Haan par hai Yoko, I'll take you there personally." I was totally fangirling.
This season also kind of, led me to realize that there's more facets to a person than you would think so. Like somebody I had known for a long time, Pratmesh Popat is predominantly a mediator, where I remember, I think Jaanam was also like, this is not going to be fun at all.
I wasn't on that episode.
Yeah,
but
who was telling me it is not going to be fun at all?
Me.
You, yes.
Yeah.
And it was fun, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was fucking awesome.
Because so basically that day we were both late, okay? Your car whole thing.
My car whole scene happened.
Conked off, and I was also stuck in a train like for like half an hour.
Yeah.
So we both like arrived pretty late and sweaty, and
Pratmesh sir was very annoyed, but did not show it.
did not show it. And then like then he said कि मैं जाऊँ नीचे खाने के लिए, and he went down for like idli, and I was just like, dude, he's like daddy types, like
sugar daddy.
no. See, that's why a gay guy can't say daddy and like be taken seriously.
No, because the last time you mentioned daddy, it was about meeting one of your old daddies, like
That's
which was
true.
20 minutes ago. So not even 20 minutes ago. So that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like so I was skeptical, and then he got talking, and then like we almost in the first 10 minutes
Yeah, you all synced completely.
because he was a Vipassana person.
Oh my god, I should have been on that episode.
Yeah, that's why you have to listen to it, Jaanam.
You
I
will.
will. I will be listening and
This is
editing
our
it
producer
anyway.
talking, by the way.
I'll edit it.
Yeah, so I mean, it was, and also I think he came back. He was nice enough to come back on another day also for us.
Yeah.
Where we absolutely, I loved the stories he had to say about college. And I remember when he was walking out, he was like, "Yaar, 1 घंटा हो गया, mediation का बात ही नहीं किया, ऐसे चलेगा."
That's okay.
Yeah, everything we got was quite gold. We also had a lot of, we had siblings on the show for the first time.
Yeah,
with,
that was quite something.
Aranya and Ankur.
I actually didn't know they were siblings till they came on the show. Like
Yeah?
I knew both of them like as individual
Individual, yeah.
personalities. I follow them, but I didn't know they were siblings. So
But that's something that happens a lot with famous siblings. Does that something that happens?
That's hella dope.
That's hella dope. Yeah.
No, but most people know, like when people talk about them,
what's
they're like,
hella
"Hey,
dope?
It's
HELLA is hella. मतलब एकदम ही. Dope मतलब DOP
Oh, I
मतलब
thought
mast.
you're referring to some
You thought it was a person.
wow, that's an interesting character.
That's
name.
how I felt the first time you used shade. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So
I would say like as message Aakash and be like, "Good morning, Hunty." I was like, "What the hell are you saying? Who talks like that?" I'm like drag queens. I had drag tongue for an entire 2 months.
yeah, because he was watching that show, he would not
Balls.
stop
Oh
watching.
shit.
yeah, I
So,
remember.
but we've had an interesting couple of months generally also. I think while we were away from the podcast, we managed to get on to a lot of stuff. I put out a bunch of videos. Navin started going on tour.
I planned an entire tour and I finished it, you guys.
You finished it already?
As in like first leg at least.
Oh,
Five
that's
cities.
awesome.
For
That's
me,
awesome.
like leaving IVM as a producer and then going out on my own.
That left a hole in our hearts, Naveen.
And a hole in my pocket as well because traveling ain't easy. And that's why like I recall Sonali's episode for that one reason is because she gave me this handy advice of just staying at backpacker hostels.
Yeah.
And that opened up an entire world of like so much channeling and communication just because I was chilling with people from around the world. And like I was in Kolkata and there was this guy from Hong Kong and who studied in Great Britain and was just like mesmerized with East India Company's exploits or whatever. So his whole research brought him to Kolkata, and I finish a show like an open mic and go back at like 11, and till 2:30 in the morning we're just like one peg at a time. We're just like taking neat shots and discussing the history of Calcutta and like why it was such a mesmerizing thing for East India Company, and how they still wanted to like hold back to Calcutta even when they wanted to go, the heritage, and why the city has a hangover, as Ropal says. So like all of that, and that was just like nowhere else in the world could I have gotten that conversation if I'd gone and stayed in a hotel room, quietly tucked away. But also some really bizarre things happened. I was in Goa and there were like some shady dudes.
Okay.
They were like into hooking up with prostitutes and like smoking and like smoking is okay, but
cigarettes?
snorting cocaine.
Okay.
And I was like, no dude, not my scene. And I was like, I for the first time just like was confused as to like where do I go with this, because you know like when
because you're usually the extreme friend in the group.
Exactly.
Like joint fukne ko.
Yeah, because my mom is like, there'll be bad people and there'll be good people, whom to choose from. And somehow we find grey people, right? But these were bad people. Even I knew.
So were you like remotely tempted to?
No, not at all. Okay. Because the way they were behaving only, it was quite like, and dude, I actually met, so even to score something, you have to meet this Nigerian dude who's the quintessential stereotypical Nigerian drug dealer. Like he walked on the beach with like boots on and with like nothing but a leather jacket and like just had abs for days. And just like, you want what you want, like he was talking like that. So
you want, man?
Yeah, and I was very scared. But like I still did it. Like then he was calling me to a rave party and I was like, that definitely not.
Okay.
But I called my manager and I'm like, should I do it just like for an experience, because I'm vlogging the entire tour, should I just like capture that? And they're like, you don't know what deals put in your drink or what will happen, you don't just can't do that.
Plus rave parties, not the best. I once encountered a rave party when I was in the mountains. I encountered because I was trekking. They were partying. And it was not fun to watch also. Like it was like about 150 people in a clearing with like this psytrance type music playing. And I would say 75% were naked. And just like sexing
on the fields.
And it was not the kind of sexing which felt like consensual sexing. It felt like I am in a trance and I am willing to have sex with anybody who is around me sexing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
sounds very cultish.
It felt very cultish, and it was they were all, it was like 145 white people and 5 brown dudes in a corner, like just waiting.
All it's like carrying STDs.
The
thing is, white people don't even get screened when they come to India, because they don't have to like apply for visa and do all that. Really, they just come and like have a vacation here.
Yeah, they don't actually get tested and stuff
unless they are health freaks.
Yeah.
But these transi people don't.
So yeah, raves are not my thing. The airports are difficult though. I mean, my experience, I get late a lot.
Yeah.
Did you get any nice late stories this time?
Yes, this time to first city only, Bangalore. I was just like running very late.
Flying to Bangalore or
flying to Bangalore?
Okay.
From Bombay, first city, and like the club that I'm performing at, they have booked my tickets.
No,
so
like I know that pressure because they're not going to rebook.
Yeah, because you're starting on the back foot in that level. Because you're like, if you're late, you book your own ticket, and I'm like, you can't start the tour on a deficit, right? That's stupid. So I go and like I didn't anticipate for Bombay traffic for some reason. After all these years of traveling to the airlines, I did not think that Monday morning 10 a.m. would be too much of a problem.
Of course.
And so I leave at 10 a.m. but my flight is at 12:40 and my check-in time is...
You left from Bhayandar at 10.
Yeah. You should have left earlier.
Navin,
that's...
What?
You know, Bhayandar is further from... Bhayandar is further from Mumbai airport than Bangalore is from Bangalore airport.
Not really.
Yeah. It takes 2 hours.
No. On a good day, Bhayandar is not that far.
Okay.
But let's just say that it takes more time to get from Bhayandar to the airport than from Bombay to Bangalore on the plane.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's very true.
Yeah. So I reached there and like my cab driver was trying his best, and I have to check in by like 11:55 and 11:45 I'm still stuck at Goregaon. Okay, just like chock-a-block traffic, nothing's moving, and when you just like you're panicking and you're moving from one edge of the seat to the other, hoping something will open
something will change,
and nothing is changing. You're just like, oh shit, now it's gone. So 12:03 I reached the domestic airport.
Okay.
And now I'm just cutting lines. I'm like, now too, I have this open in my hand. I am just gonna go.
I love that being late gives you the permission to cut in line in front of people who are on time. Like
exactly. Yeah. You want to talk about privilege class?
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter if like there's an old person or a child or whatever. You're just like.
नहीं, पर मैं late है. हाँ फिर.
So then like for the first 10 minutes I'm just like getting through Indigo's all those fucking things that they have to,
Yeah.
cross and everything. So one guy just opens up the main one and I just enter, and so she's like, sir, do you have any liquid on you? I'm like, no. I'm like, I just have a perfume. And she's like, it's okay, doesn't matter, gate is shutting, don't put us in check-in, just like run.
हाँ.
I'm like, cool. So while checking in, obviously we all show our phone on the counter, and then they give us a boarding pass. She gave me the boarding pass and I start running. Okay, and I'm running and I have like a backpack with a laptop in it and a duffel bag. Okay, so I'm just like running to the airport, and at this point like inconveniencing people because like I'm trying to.
Are you on domestic?
At domestic,
Okay.
yeah, which is just like crowded as
Yeah.
So I almost reached the security, and I'm like, okay, let me check what time it is now because it doesn't look like it's crazy. And I reach for my phone, and my phone's not there in my phone, in my pocket.
So then
Oh
you
my
put
God.
your bag in the machine and ran back.
No, I didn't put the bag anywhere. I just went back running
With the bag.
With the bag.
Oh God.
So did you know where your phone was?
Yeah, it was at the counter back there where I
man.
had checked in.
That sucks.
And
bro.
I
she
would have
forgot
freaked
to-
out and been like, shit, is my phone in the cab or where have I left it at home?
Last thing I clearly remembered showing her the phone, right? So she was the one holding it. And also like while going back, I was thinking like, what if she's seen my messages and stuff like that? Out of
would
this
she
like,
see your
I don't know.
messages?
She has my phone in her hand which is unlocked. So now I'm running back double speed. Okay.
Okay.
So I have a duffel bag which is just like swinging at this point.
And
It's like
hitting people?
hitting kids, hitting old people.
Why
hitting
is this
people.
sounding like a Shah Rukh Khan scene
That's what
in some
happened.
movie?
We've all been here though. I
Yeah.
completely relate.
And because comfort is, important for me while traveling, I'm wearing the loosest jeans I own.
And they keep.
They keep sliding down. Okay, so I'm just like a mess. Like okay, I'm running Air India, pants up. Jet Airways, pants up. Like Indigo time, pants up. So I'm just like doing that, and she looks at me from afar, and she's like, "It's okay, don't panic."
Yeah.
I call them; they're waiting for you.
Yeah.
Just take your phone and just like walk back. She saw me miserably struggling
struggling
for like
to-
an entire stretch of the airport. And
She could have just got someone to pass it to you.
but then how would they know who I am, right? She's the only one who saw
वो
me.
जो भाग रहा है ना मोटा उसका फोन है.
Surprisingly, I was not the only one. Okay, it's
Okay.
like the only way to get away from something like hitting kids with your bag is having somebody else doing the same thing somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a horde of people just rushing and stuff like that. So finally, like I walk fast now and go to security, and I put my bag in for like checking. And I stand on the scanning platform, and the guy looks at me like panting and like, "आप बड़े जल्दी में लग रहे हो, मतलब क्या?" And I'm like, "Dude, मेरा flight जा रहा है, तो क्या दिमाग की दही कर रहा है?"
But this is the beginning of everybody's traveling career as a comic. Like there's a lot of getting late to stuff. I am at that stage where I am unnecessarily early to stuff.
Yeah, like today you were pretty early, man. I was surprised.
Yeah, like as far as 99% of the time in life, I'm actually early for stuff. I'm not generally a late person. So with flights and all, I reach 1.5, 2 hours early because I got some debit card that gives me lounge access, which I never take, by the way. Because it's way more fun to just sit at the gate and look at people and how fucking weird they are.
Yeah.
So I went to, right now I went to Jabalpur for a show. And I flew from Bombay to Jabalpur. Fairly straightforward flight, right? Afternoon flight. Yes, made it. Great. They pick me up, they go back. Now, next day, I had a 6 p.m. show in Canvas, Gurgaon. So, I had to fly back to Gurgaon and reach Gurgaon by 5, say, sound check, stage setup, वगैरह. I had to take a cab from Jabalpur to Nagpur at 4 in the morning. Okay? And they said you can leave by 6, you will reach in time. I had a 1 o'clock flight from Nagpur because there's no other flight out of Jabalpur to Delhi which reaches on time. So I take the cab, I leave at 4 instead of 5:36. I reach 2 hours early, and now I'm just sitting in Nagpur and looking at the people. And I realize 95% of people flying out of Nagpur airport are first time flyers.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious because like they're really wealthy people, but they've never flown. So
उनकी
they're
like फट रही है क्या like
फट रही है एक दो जन एस्केलेटर पे कभी नहीं खड़े रहे.
Yeah. Some people are opening Puran Poli.
Yeah, they're Puran Poli to theek hai, dude. There are women who are decked up in gold because they're flying. Because they're like, bro, this is the thing, so we'll all deck up, and they're all taking selfies everywhere. Security में खड़े खड़े selfie ले रहे, फिर वो X-ray के सामने selfie ले रहे, फिर वो dude वो जो एरो ब्रिज रहता है ना, एरो ब्रिज में कुछ दिखता नहीं है. It just looks like a tunnel. उधर selfie हो रहा है. I'm like क्या कर रहे? There's smoking room in Nagpur. I don't know if you've been to the smoking room in Calcutta. Those smoking rooms also are so small. They have gaps between the wall and the floor. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
There is space for the smoke to just leave.
And there's way too many of those in Calcutta. Though, like there's every 2 minutes you find a smoking room in the airport.
Really? There's only one on that first floor corner.
I remember like there were 3 at least when I went.
What? Oh, they must have added some while I was. I haven't been there in a while. I don't make money when I do shows there.
No one does. But fun city though.
It's a fun city.
Yeah.
But, did you go to Balwant Singh? Did you have Doodh Cola?
Yeah, of course.
I fucking love Doodh Cola. Did you
You know
have
Doodh
Doodh Cola?
Who was talking? Somebody was talking about Doodh Cola yesterday
Us.
to me.
Probably us only.
Yeah.
No,
They are
we
the
didn't
only
meet
two
yesterday.
Because Gia
enthusiasts.
was here. We
Oh yeah.
recorded
yes.
season 2 episode with
Yes,
Gia.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
And that's when she thought Coke float was as good as Doodh Cola, but
Which
no.
is, no, it's like the photo negative of a Coke float.
What's
Yeah.
the color of a Doodh Cola?
It's slightly bluish white.
I haven't had
Blackish,
this.
bluish
blackish,
white.
bluish,
White.
reddish,
No.
white.
Yeah. It's something
It's an
else.
enigma.
It's an enigma. And you only get it in like 500 ml, 100
With
80
like
liter types.
10,000 cubes of ice.
But Bombay में नहीं मिलेगा.
Nahi.
Oh.
Bombay में अच्छा नहीं मिलेगा. वो
Balwant
जो
Singh is the only one who makes it like the perfect way.
Yeah.
Where's Balwant Singh?
In Kolkata.
Okay. I usually, whenever anyone says Kolkata, I associate the word with like just Mishti Doi and Rasmalai. And,
Yeah.
But one amazing thing happened when I was in Kolkata. The Section 377 bill was
Yes,
struck down.
absolutely.
And I just spent like an entire hour on a backpacker bunk bed crying alone.
Aww.
But because I was away from the city, right?
Yeah.
But we got you on call and we recorded an episode with
Yeah.
you.
So while you were talking to me, I was in a bookstore called Oxford, and I was roaming around the bookstore like on the phone, and they were like, "Kya kar rahe hai?" And they were screaming at me from the behind. So I was just chasing them and talking to you all at the same time, if you can tell. But anyways, that day entirely was just like crazy, and just to like get to be amongst queer people in Kolkata was amazing. There were like lesbians making out on the footpath, so it was good.
That's awesome.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Also, like, thanks for asking, man. What have I been up to in these few months? Yeah.
We know.
So,
We know.
Huh?
What else have you been
What
up to?
you know, listeners don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Also,
Jaanam,
you don't know.
Please tell us, what have you been up to apart from the crazy preggers?
So, okay, I'm not preggers, first of all.
No, not the crazy
Yeah.
preggers, I said.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, work has gotten really, really crazy, like I said. And I started therapy in these few months.
Oh, that's wonderful. I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, I know.
How often are you going?
Every week, once a week.
That's very good. That's a good pace. I think it's like hygiene.
Yeah, it's like a cleanse. Every week is like just a detox.
Yeah.
It's great.
How expensive is it?
It's pretty reasonable. I found a great therapist who is affordable.
Unless it's, I think the upper limit that I would spend, like that in my experience of therapists has been like, if $1,200 is my upper limit.
I spend $850.
Yeah, see, that's everybody.
affordable.
Everybody
Yeah.
has a cheaper therapist than I do.
I will, yeah. But yeah, man, I've had a breakup. I'm single as a Pringle right now, which is amazing.
Nice.
And yeah, just enjoying this self-love phase.
And little acidity also a little bit there.
Yeah, that's just the sweet I've eaten and the burps coming out.
That's lovely. They
Yeah.
had some horrible Horlicks flavored Mysore Pak.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Which has leaked through this paper.
Yeah, which has literally, there is a
And
spot on
stained
stain
in
on the paper.
table. The table.
And on the table. Lovely. That's no. Like great. Thank God y'all ate that. But what else? So, breakups are hard. Breakups are very hard.
Yeah, it was really difficult, man. I was
Was it a long
devastated.
relationship?
Almost 2 years. Also, it was
Oh.
long distance, so
Oh my God. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in a much better place now mentally. I was terrible a few months back, but I'm recovering. I'm
Yeah.
doing great now.
But
and
I feel like it's part of that thing, no, where you break up and then to fill the void you work harder and then
Yeah.
you burn yourself out. So now you're burnt out, but you've taken on more work. So it just kind of begins to.
Yeah, but I'm also going on vacation soon, so that's
Sweet.
great.
Where are you going on vacation?
I'm going to Meghalaya for a week, a little longer than a week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is there like a festival or something happening?
Yeah, I'm going for a weekender
Okay.
for a couple of days. So I'm leaving on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd is the festival, and then we are hanging around and like chilling for
That's
7 days.
Awesome.
Yeah, so like phone's gonna be on airplane mode. I'm gonna hook you guys up to another producer who will take care of.
Oh, we've been there before, Jaanam. We've been there before. The dejected feeling.
At this point, we can self-produce and still like.
Yeah.
Be okay.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I'm going on vacation
I'm not
soon.
worried about this show. I'm worried about some other shows.
I know.
which,
Because
yeah.
we are very self-sufficient
Yeah.
and low priority for you.
Yeah.
I am going on vacation too. Considering that this is now airing on the 29th of October, I think I can reveal this right away. I am going to Canada to meet my brother and Bhabhi.
Oh, pretty
They
cool.
don't know. actually.
Oh.
Yeah. So
What if you go there and they're not there or something?
No, we know they're there. It's
Okay.
listen, my family ka surprises are very, very long drawn, planned out.
Intricate.
You know, for all I know that my brother and Bhabi already had a baby. They haven't shown it to my parents. So we are very
so
we're
like mutual surprising each
very,
other.
very big on
Yeah.
surprises. Like my
Yeah.
brother had for my Bhabi's the 30th birthday, the entire month, he gave her 30 gifts,
Wow.
which were each one was.
People do that in marriages?
I mean, I guess some people do that in marriages.
Wow.
But like, you know, I mean, I still do that thing where if I'm dating someone and I'm on tour, every city I go to, I get something from them.
Dating is different. Marriage is a little different ball game.
That's also
But
true.
yeah.
You know, surprisingly enough, they've been married for like 5-6 years when this happened. So
Oh.
like they are going strong apparently.
Man, touch wood.
Yeah. Today, the marijuana has been legalized in Canada,
Yes.
and so I will be going and seeing the sights.
Nice.
It's opening up the world's eyes.
Yeah.
Third eye.
Yeah.
rather.
Congratulations to drugs to winning the war on drugs.
Yes.
That's what I feel.
And general drugs for leading the war.
The
Yeah.
War on Drugs is also a great band, by the way. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Vishal.
On that note, guys, season 2 is full of a lot of fucking awesome stuff. I hope
Yes.
you guys are going to listen to it, and I hope you guys will take away as much from it as we have.
Yes, until then we have Jaanam here.
Yes, I'm around for a while.
Where
Yeah.
can they find you apart from your therapist?
You can reach out to me
Don't
on
go to her
Twitter.
therapists.
What?
No, don't go to her therapists and meet her. That'll freak her out.
Oh, that, yeah. No, but if you want to see a therapist, do go to a therapist
Yeah,
yourself.
do that. Yeah.
You can reach out to me on Twitter. I'm at Jaanam Dewan.
Okay.
Awesome.
Navin, you are at
House of Narona.
and I am at the rate Kuch Bhi Mehta or not Kuch Bhi Mehta if you're on Instagram.
Cool. Until then, this is Varta Lab and we are signing out.
Bye.
Stories.
Bye.
Have you gotten yourself a gym membership and shown up only a few times? Are long working hours cutting your fitness goals short? How about you change things a little? Even a small effort can make a big difference. And I'll tell you how and what exactly. Hi guys, I'm Coach Urmi, and on the Kinetic Living podcast, you can look forward to some interesting stories of people who have changed the way they look at fitness after their kinetic journeys. Episodes out every Wednesday on the IVM app, website, and anywhere you get your podcast from.
How aware do you think you are of your laws and rights? Do you look up to laws when you are caught up in situations? Do you know what your rights are when you're stuck somewhere bad? Well, here's a show that can help you move an inch closer to being aware of what your rights are. Tune into Know Your Qanoon with me, Amber Rana. This is a podcast meant to answer all your law-related queries. Catch Know Your Qanoon every week on the IVM website or the app or anywhere you get your podcast from.